15 minutes? Rip, dude. Rip, dude. That's all I've got to say to that. Hello, Alex. How are you? Dang. Ooh woo. What is with all the ooh woos this morning? I've been seeing the word ooh woo way too much. Way too much. Oh, whoa. Hello, Komodo. How are you? We all good? Again, if I start dying and I sound like an old woman, it's probably my throat. You've got church parade. I'm gonna be honest, that's not something I've ever taken part in. Paola, welcome. It's a holiday in the UK, is it? Is it? I don't think it was, no. It's just a Sunday. Have you missed much in a month of DML? Honestly, not really. To be honest. You are very fun. Well, I'm glad you think that about yourself. Oh, whoops, I've accidentally stopped the Mario music. We can't be having that. Dude. Well, as you may have been able to tell from the, I guess, title of the stream today, I mainly wanted to go through this sort of thing that's been happening because you may or may not have seen it, but there's been this post or these screenshots going around of these element combinations for the new element that's going to be coming out, whether that's for, air quotes, Proto Dragons or not, we'll have to see. But some people are assuming that all of these elements are going to be coming out with the new update. It's not actually true. Not actually true. The person that posted these, I believe, was just saying something along the lines of, "Whoa, look at all of these possible combinations that we could get." Yes, hello Liam. Do I watch Annabelle Comes Home? I do not, I'm afraid. But these are some of the possible combinations that we could technically have with the new element that comes out. Of course, there's always the possibility that maybe we could have this new element with Legendary, or this new element with Divine, although with the way that Legendary and Divine work, it's pretty unlikely. But this is going to be the new element, isn't it? I mean, at this point, they did confirm that it was a new element that was coming. That was 100% confirmed on the forums, so these are the sort of combinations that people are looking at. So what sort of combo would you want to see? I mean, of course, there's going to be a lot of people probably wanting a combo like this, being the new element, Planet and Shadow, because that's always been, you know, the best combo out there, arguably. It's just such a strong combo, something like this. Water and Shadow, maybe, depending on what the new element brings, it could be useful. Will I watch Maleficent? Probably not, no. The ultimate dragon would be Proto, Divine, and Legendary. I don't think that's true, though, because if you put Divine and Legendary together, because Legendary isn't that good of an element, it's actually pretty bad putting it as a secondary element. So I don't even think that's true. Nice keyboard. It's just red. It's very red. Hello, yo, bro. What is the element? It's probably going to be called Proto. We don't know the exact name of the new element yet, but considering they've been talking about Proto Dragons for so long, we've got this whole new event coming with it. It's almost definitely going to be related to Proto. Again, Proto. You know what I mean? Name some horrors that I've watched. Just stuff like Friday the 13th and things like that. Not a lot, because horror is pretty boring, to be honest. But, I don't know. For me, the sort of thing that I'd probably want to see, maybe a combo that we haven't really seen very much. You know, Shadow Fire has always been quite strong as well. But it does depend mainly on what this initial element is going to actually give us in terms of level 6 upgrade. If you upgrade it to level 6, maybe they're going to do a temple on us, and this new element doesn't require a level 6 upgrade. That'd be pretty disgusting, wouldn't it? Alright, have fun, Silver. Hope you have a fun time at your lectures. You see a dancing chick? What? Him. I'm gonna poke him in the head. Wind and Legendary. Again, I think if you put Legendary in with the new element, it'd probably actually be quite bad, because Legendary, it does work, right? Legendary's okay, but it's not ideal for an element, because compare Legendary to Shadow, compare Legendary to Plant, compare Legendary to even sometimes Energy, depending on the situation. But don't assume that all of these elements are coming out. These were just posted as a, you know, this is what we could see, but a lot of people seem to be assuming that these are happening. If they made this many new dragons, that would be absolutely insane. We've never seen this many dragons come out in a single update. Never. Proto Dragon could be Proto, Proto, Aphrodite, Proto. Sure. They should call it the Uwu. No! No, don't call it the Uwu element. God damn it. Stop it with your Uwus. I mean, if we think about what's good in DML right now, technically one of the strongest dragons, if not the strongest dragon in the game, is probably like Freya. And she's a divine plant and wind. And that's mainly because their base stats are so high, and then if you put wind on top of that, it means that the enemies can never touch you. So maybe if we got Proto, Plant, and Wind, it'd be the same thing. You know, basically just a better version of Joko, right? Which would make Joko even worse, which would make me even more depressed. Am I married? I've been engaged for like 2.5 years, not married yet. You gotta change your YouTube name. Yeah, I saw that you sent me a Facebook friend request probably like a year ago, and I finally accepted it yesterday. Because I pretty much never accept anyone on Facebook unless I sort of have interacted with them before. Because at one point in DML, when I was accepting friends on Facebook, I think I had like 3,000 people. And then after that, I started getting a lot of attempts to hack into my bank account. So after that, I stopped doing it because I was like, okay, it's obvious that something's going on here. I'm not dealing with this anymore. So I stopped adding people. I removed about 3,000 people off my friends list. You think it should not be another duplicate species like the Proto Aphrodite? What? So you want original dragons instead of, you know, repeat dragons, if you want to think about it that way. I mean, I get it. Making alterations to past dragons is sort of the same thing that I want to see in, like, skins one day. How you can just sort of change their colour. But, I don't know. I know that some people like that. How are you good at events? To be honest, recently I haven't finished an event. Like, at all, because I've been too busy. It's just about if you've got the free time available to log in frequently, and then that's, like, it. No, I'm not changing this YouTube channel to Uwu. I'll change you to Uwu in a minute. My favourite dragon, it's written in the FAQ section, which should be underneath in the stream description. It's the Halcyon. And I like Joko as well. He just gets outclassed, like super outclassed. Who wants Proto Freya? I certainly don't. Don't know if you do, but I really don't want to see that. But, you know, if you got Gemini Alpha, I'm happy for you. The Geminis, I obviously bred when it was their select month. But I really need to try and get the Libra Dragon when it comes back as a chain breeding. Assuming that it does, of course, because it could not come back. But then I'd probably scream unfair because the others came back twice. Is agave pronounced as agave or agave? The legitimate way that you're supposed to say agave is agave, according to the internet. Like, online, if you go and search it up, then all of the speech, or the text-to-speech software says agave. Which sometimes it does get it wrong, but I'm pretty sure that is how you're meant to say it. But I don't like saying agave. It sounds really pompous, so I just say agave. You finally have Aries. Not bad. Your funny saying is accurate. What? I love you, oh whoa. Gaming with Liam. Why do you want a shout out, my dude? Why do you want a shout out? Do I want a Chrono Autumn Dragon? Now, that takes us into some pretty scary territory because we already have the Loki Dragon, right? And Loki's just a better version of the Autumn Dragon already. If you then did a proto version of the Autumn Dragon, it would change its elements. And there are very, very few element combinations that I think are actually even close to being as good as Plant and Shadow. So it would probably be worse. So I probably wouldn't like it. How do you not experience burnout? Because when I get bored of DML, I just don't log in very often in the day. I'll only log in like once in the day just to collect my clam gems, and that's it. The idea is, if you don't want to get burnt out, just don't play it an awful lot during the times that you do play it. If it's like, I really don't want to do an enchantment battle set of stuff right now, just don't do it. It's like, oh, I should be logging in for the bottomless dungeon. Just don't. No one's forcing you to. You're the one forcing yourself to do something you don't want to do. What is the point of shout-outs? To make people feel special inside, I suppose. And Peter Pan, that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. They're not going to put quackalakes dragon. Thank you, NGA. Ever heard of Dark Forest with Plant and Shadow? Well, I've seen it on the DML wiki, but that is an unconfirmed dragon at this point. So, just because it exists on the wiki doesn't mean that that dragon's going to come out under that name and those elements. Because we've seen it happen before, where we've had an, like, undisclosed sort of dragon, and then the name's been changed upon actual release and the elements have been very different. So it's probably just a stand-in for like some of the game files that they've been sent, likely. Your Wi-Fi is bad, rip. You got all the Zodiac dragons so far, nice. I'm only missing one. Do you want 50 gems or 1,000,000 enchantment trinkets? That is such an easy choice, 1,000,000 trinkets. That'd be so useful for divines. Like, legit, I hate having to do enchantment battles so much. And trinkets are used for everything. And not just that, trinkets are also used when you upgrade your actual habitats as well. So they have more than one, like, upgrade the material use. You've seen a tree bark legendary with Plant and Void. It's probably the stand-in for now. How would I react if DML did a dragon of me in the game? They wouldn't. It's like, have you ever seen Dragon City? How they make like Lady Gaga dragons and random stuff? I don't think DML would ever pay for the royalties required to make that happen. I think the DML team mostly just sort of like sticks to themselves, if that makes sense. What if they did? I don't know, I mean, I've already been in the game once with the charity event. I'd be like, yo, that's cool, dude. But I don't think it'd be like the end of my life. I don't think I'd like pass out and like, oh my god, I can't believe that happened. You know what I mean? Plus, with things like that, I know that the DML team would give like plenty of warning. So it's not like it'd be an actual surprise if it were to happen, because I don't think they'd ever just put it in without telling someone. They're not a team of people that just do that. They do tend to get in contact with people and notify you beforehand. Would I rather have a Quacks Dragon or 1,000,000 gems? Put me in it. I don't like to be pay to win. Put me in it instead. There you go. I'll take that trade. Hello, baby. Why do people use commons above level 80? Some of them are memeing, to be honest. They just want to go, haha, I'm going to use this super weak dragon. Get wrecked, dudes. And then other people, they just never bother to change their team. Do you have the dice event? Everyone has it. It's just, it takes quite a while of you trying to log in to get the welcome screen. It's pretty badly implemented, to be honest. Because if they wanted it to work properly, you'd assume that it would actually pop up frequently, but it just doesn't. You found Eagle and you got 2 Darkfires, not bad. And yeah, Aaron, it probably will be. Probably will be. They should increase the chance of a dragon dropping. I agree. I agree, because especially with the legendary, they reduced the drop chance. It was kind of like, why? It's already pretty unlikely as it is, but I guess that's what they wanted to do. There's also a Cherry Ice Legendary Fire Metal on Planner. Again, Planner is not an official news source for the game. They do have a lot of things in there, and they probably do get a lot of their information from like leaks and other people that do have access to info, but not everything on there is going to be 100% accurate. Do the dragons go to the toilet? I don't know, why don't you ask them? I've never bothered to ask such a personal question. Your VIP's gone. Ripperino. Eagle Dragon or 100 gems? I already have the Eagle Dragon, don't I? So I'd probably take 100 gems. I think I already have it. I don't even remember anymore. I've got so many random dragons, I don't even remember. How can you go to your old Dragon Mania Legends? What do you mean, baby? As in, did you have to restart? Because if you finish the tutorial on a new account, it should give you the option of selecting your old account again. That tends to be how it's always worked. Do you like horror games? No, they're pretty boring. Here's your guess. Proto Element transfers a status condition on attacked enemies. Poisoned user will poison the target. And it's an interesting theory. We'll have to see. It is a waste of time to get a Proto Dragon because of other new elements that they are going to create. But, Peter, you gotta remember that the last time we got a new element was 2 years ago. So, for 2 years, people have been trying to get Divine because that was the new element that came out. So, if you want to keep playing DML and getting good dragons, you would have to, you know, get new dragons with the new element, right? So, if this new element is pretty good, and it's useful on a team, obviously people are going to want to get it. Do you hate the Ra Dragon? No, I don't hate him. It's just quite disappointing that he replaced poor little Sani. Just a little bit disappointing. You really want some stuff from DML to come back to... from Dragon Mania to come back to DML? I mean, at this point, Dragon Mania is really old. Someday, please play a new game. I play new games every now and then. What do you mean? If you've never seen me play other games, then you've obviously been avoiding it. And that ain't my fault, dude. Oh, screw it. I'm just gonna take the 600 there. The other rewards out of blue chests tend to suck quite majorly sometimes. Like, they'll give you like 25 for spending 700. It's like, ugh. I want more than like 25 tokens for spending so many. It's just not cool, my friends. Hello, Mohammed. You remember when I spent £77 for the Gem Dragon? No, I didn't. I don't know where you got that from, but I've never spent £77 on anything in DML. So, I really don't know where you got that from. I think I spent like 10. Or was it 7? It was £7. What if someone donated me $1 million? I'd actually only get like probably 750,000 because of like taxing and stuff. It says only 750,000. I don't know, that would be their choice. They can if they want, they don't have to. You really love DML and you want to join your old account, re-log in and it should ask you if you want to select your old account after the tutorial's over. Should I pick 400 tokens, 1 habitat limit, or 60 dungeon tokens? Depends on if you need the habitat space or not, because habitat limit upgrades can be pretty good, but the limit's pretty high now compared to what it used to be. Honestly, I'd probably take the 60 tokens. Depends on what you want to go for. Proto would have a high base stat boost. It would make Freya lost her crown being the strongest. It would. That's why it's important to think about these things before they happen. You have almost 100 dragons. I've got like 500. Hee hee. Hello, Mako. And happy Halloween to you too. Hermes is your favorite dragon in DML. I bet he likes you. Bet he feels pretty happy. Do I like the Taurus dragon? I think he's pretty cool. I like the idea behind just sort of, you know, bulls rampaging and beating everyone up. He's alright. Not my favourite dragon by any stretch, but he's alright. Do level 7 habitats make you claustrophobic? Not me, but probably my dragons, yes. Please do a reaction video to what? What am I reacting to? Your stinky feet? I'm so funny. They should increase the chance of the loot box by 100%. I think the chance of Darkfire, what was it, 5%? Oh, that's what the reported chance was. I'm not sure if it's actually true or not, which will put it up to 10% if we, say, doubled that. Would 10% be fair if we're thinking about odds? I'm not saying in regards to the number that you said, but if we were to double that to 10%, would that be fair still? I think that's probably still quite low if it's 10% out of the, like, blue plush chests. Still quite low. Unpopular opinion, Proto Dragons would be like the pure dragons in Dragon City. Please, can we not have any more Dragon City stuff happening in-game? Again, Baby, listen to me. Go and do the tutorial again and try and select your old account. Rather than crying about it, you gotta go and try it. Because crying about it ain't gonna do anything for you. It's not gonna fix anything, is it? So don't cry. At the end of the day, if you have to start again, it's not too much of an issue anyway, because in DML, most people are gonna drop in and out of the game most of the time anyway. And I'm sure there are hundreds of dragons you've already missed before you even played them. Hello, Powsman! Here's your second favourite colour. Aqua's my favourite, so he's pretty close. Pretty close. On Funniest Kid Test Dances, I've watched that before and it was so bad that I turned it off after like 2 minutes. I hate those types of videos. We tried to do it last time I was on here. I didn't laugh. It wasn't funny. All of these haha funny compilation videos are like, ugh. Blech, blech. And we don't know if Freya's going to be useless Frozen Fire because Freya's still pretty damn strong. Even if we get, say, a new element, she's an exception. She's better than all the other divines pretty much, apart from arguably like a couple. So if we get a new element that's stronger than divine, they still might be on even footing because they're exception dragons. We gotta wait to see what the stats are gonna be like. But how? Whatever device it was that you played the game on, open DML again, play through the tutorial, and then at the end of the tutorial it'll ask you if you want to connect an old account. If no pop-up comes up, that means that your data has been deleted and then you're screwed, but you have to try that first. Can you do a video on how to get more free gems in DML? I already made 2 of those. Just go and search it up and you'll find mine. What if this new element will release the Apollo dragon and instead of having the divine event, he will have the new element, or he will be the first dragon to have 4 elements? I think that's the only way to do justice for our poor forgotten brethren. Poor little Apollo. Hashtag free Apollo. Hashtag free Apollo. Hashtag free Apollo. And hello, Reiko. How have you been? You're not much to understand English. Tutorial! Replay it! Capiche? We capishin'? Hopefully you capishin'. Will you get Pokemon Sword or Shield? I am going to be getting a Shield because my partner has already dibsied Sword, so I don't really care either way. So far, to be honest with you, I haven't really seen anything that makes me go, no, I really want this one, or I really want that one. So far, it's just been like, I'm pretty disappointed with what I know about the game so far, and I'm only buying it because I've been playing the game since I was born. But if this game is bad, after I had to sit through the catastrophe, which was Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, I might not buy them anymore. And I never thought I'd say that about a Pokemon title. That's how much they've disappointed me in recent years. But damn it, Nintendo, I believed in you at one point. Well, technically Game Freak. But Nintendo's directly involved with Game Freak, so I blame both of them, to be honest. Nintendo has the ability to get Game Freak to change some of their decisions, but they just don't. So I blame them both. Not equally, still mostly Game Freak's fault. Just give me plant and something not trash. I feel like that's a common sentiment these days. Did I watch the 24-hour live stream? I watched it for the first 2 hours, realised I was being hard debated and did not bother ever again to open it up. And then realised that the entire stream was just to reveal one pile of garbage MLP pony. And I was very happy that I knew to give up before I wasted any more of my time doing something so pointless. What's my favourite dragon? Halcyon. It's written in the FAQ section. Venkatesh, welcome back. But yeah, if Apollo was stronger than the Hathor dragon, dude, we would have some interesting discussions, and Hathor would finally be run into the ground like the degenerate that he is. Do I want another divine event? Not really, because what I want DML to do is I want them to make their events easier, because we're getting event after event after event after event all the time now. It's like we're always having a divine event, but the events haven't been made easier to compensate the fact that we have constant events these days. Like, we have chain breeding events on top of boss challenge events on top of other events on top of clan events. Before, in the past, we used to get events like every 2 weeks. And back then, it wasn't an event during another event. It means that chain breeding events are near impossible for most people to even touch, because they don't even finish the base events. So I want them to bring out more events, or the same amount, but they need to make them easier to compensate. And Surprise is here. Hello. Why is that so far to the left-hand side? I only just realised, why is Chatot so lopsided when he appears on the screen? Is he drunk? Damn you, Chatot. So, Reiko, you don't want any more divine events for a couple of months? It wouldn't be an issue if the events were made easier, as in the time constraints weren't so ridiculous, and the only reason they're so demanding is because it forces people to spend money to finish them. It's not for the sake of players having a more enjoyable experience, and that's my issue with it. Exactly, Paola. They're a massive pain in the butt cheeks. Can I join my old account? Baby, I've told you how to do it. There is nothing else I can tell you. Re-download the game, play the tutorial. It is that simple. I can't help you any more than that, because that's all that you have to do. I get that there's a language barrier, but tutorial, replay, 2 words. Look them up if you don't know what they mean. Again, there's not a lot else to it. It's just really simple. Just re-download. Can I make a membership? What happened was, I did have memberships, and then YouTube took them away, and then they gave me another email like later that day saying, oh, do you want your memberships? I was like, yes? So I don't know. I don't know if they're even a thing now, but they said that they were reapplying them to the channel. I don't know. I don't trust YouTube either. I've given up on everything. Yeah, why'd they take them away and they give them back immediately? It's like, why would you take them in the first place? Dude, I don't know. It angered me a little bit. Not enough to care, but it did anger me a little bit. Can I say your name? TV. There you go. I've done it. How to breed the autumn dragon? How to breed? You gotta breed together a ceremony and a Hathor. Love you, ma'am. That sounds so regal to me. Like, when people say ma'am, I'm like, dude, I feel like I'm about 80 years old. It's a bit weird. Don't blame me, I'm just saying. Do you just like saying the word ass? Demon hearts. You got a little bit of an obsession there. Is the element name Proto confirmed? Not yet. Not yet. But it's very likely. But just because something is very likely doesn't mean you should treat it as truth. But whenever I talk about protos and I'm talking about the new element, I'm probably just going to refer to it as proto because it's the easiest way for people to, I guess, understand what I'm talking about. So it's one of those things where even though it's not completely accurate, I hope that people understand why I'm doing it, because it's easier than saying the new element that we don't know what it is yet every single time I mention it. If I just say proto, then it's nice and easy. We can just keep going with that conversation then. But if I have to go, the element that hasn't been revealed yet, it's going to annoy me. Right? Just say my name, say my name. Jerogian Clinchu. Is that Clinchu or Clinchu? It's a strange, weird. It's weird in English when you try and say I's and U's. Like CIU in particular is a little bit of a weird one. Emily said, ugh! Ugh! Don't do it. Ugh! Ugh! Oh, I hate when people use honorifics. Sonu name. Sononan. No, don't tell people how old you are, Frozen Fire. God damn it, don't make me have to time you out. You've been warned about this before, I'm pretty sure. Don't tell people how old you are if you're less than 16 years old. Damn it. You know, it's still weird thinking that there are people that have been born after the year 2000. Because I was born in 1998, right? And then you go over that threshold of going past 2000, right? And then anyone born past that, I'm like, wow, you're such a baby. Look at you, big baby. Even though if you were born in 2000, you'd be like 19 now. It's weird. Check out your video last time. I don't remember. There are a lot of things that I do have to stream, and sometimes I just go on autopilot, to be honest. Do you want 600 days of VIP or 19 Divide Dragons or 1 million gems? 1 million gems would probably get me the equivalent of 19 Divine Dragons and 600 days of VIP, as in value-wise. So I'd probably take the 1 million gems. And then I could choose what I wanted in particular. God, stop telling me how old you are! What is your favourite element in DML? Favorite element in terms of strong or in terms of what it does? Because I kind of like wind as a concept, as a like debuffing a skill. Plan I like very much because of the like multiple dragons that get destroyed by it when you kill one. Shadow I really like because it's just OP as well. Probably Plant because of the way that works. Do a Halloween prank. I don't celebrate Halloween and I don't care for pranking people. Have I watched Steven Universe? I have not, and I don't have much of a desire to do so. Why keyboard? I am ill at the moment, so that would explain it. That's why I haven't been able to upload very much, because I'm like, oh, I should upload something today, and then I like start coughing profusely for 10 minutes. Like, yeah, probably not a good idea. It's just today I was like, you know, I'm gonna fight through it today, see how it goes. Because what's been happening is while I've been doing stuff in the week, just every so often I just start coughing. I can't get rid of it. Too much phlegm, you know. Will the Halloween event be easy? It's probably going to be exactly the same as a previous castle event that we've had, because they tend to just copy-paste them. You see the mud dragon as a chocolate. Weird. Maybe you're hungry. Maybe that's why. Hello, Simon. Avoid best element. Sure. Whatever you want it to be. Is there a quackalakes march and mug? There's no march, but there is merch. Is there a chocolate dragon? Sweetie bunny. And Nathan! Thank you for your subscribement, my friend. Glad to have you here. But no, there is merch. If you want to go and buy merch, it's up to you. I basically just made merch at one point whenever I had time, just so that I could have some merch, because people are like, I want to have some, I want to have some, I don't care how bad it is. So I just made some. Teespring's the easiest way to make quick merch, but if you want something that's cheaper, you have to go through other sites, and then it gets really complicated. And to be honest, on my own, I don't really have the time to manage all of it. But, you know, the plan is to potentially make more merch in the near future, but again, it's about finding the time to put everything together to make that happen. Because before it was simple, just use the channel logo, right? But if I wanted to make other merch, it'd have to be like a proper custom design, which I would have to draw. And then it starts getting a bit complicated, you know? And Park Bakyo. Bakyo. Sorry for butchering your name, but either way, thank you for joining us. Where's our sweetie bunny? Sweetie bunny. There it is. Look at this monstrosity of a dragon. What's good? Your face? Look at this. Now, if you want to say what's an ugly dragon, Droid is always going to take #1 spot, but this is a very close, like, 2nd or 3rd, I think. Burn it. In the fires. I'll be on the airplane to Africa right at the start of the Halloween event. Africa, interesting. Have I ever spent gems on enchantment materials? When the Enchantment League first came out, I did actually buy a couple of chests to see how they worked, and very quickly I put together that it was not worth it. It was not worth it at all. So, I never did it again. Or maybe I did it once. Did I do it once? No, I didn't. After that first time of me testing them out, I never ever gemmed them again. It's like what I tend to do. When we get new events in DML, I will, if I have the gems available, I'll go ahead and I'll gem the first time to see, you know, what to expect, and other people know what to expect. And then when we know how horrible and predatory it is, because every event in this game is, then we never do it again. So I guess Gameloft gets the benefit of us screwing ourselves over once, but after that, if it's not worth the value, I won't do it. Hello, Natrunak! Hello! You dare me to pet an eagle dragon. Oh no, that's leaderboards. Whoops. I still got arenas to do. Yeah, I do have an eagle dragon. I thought I did. There you go, he's been petted. Sweetie Bunny is not ugly, it's average. There's nothing average about that monstrosity. Hello, Black Pearl. Do you know the Fermi paradox? Off the top of my head, I actually don't remember, no. I probably read about it at some point, all these weird paradoxes. There was at one point where I just used to go on Wikipedia and like random everything, and I learned so much random garbage that I'm never going to use in my life. Off the top of my head, no, I don't remember. Have fun, live good. I'm don't. Why you don't live good, live don't. In your opinion, what's the best dragon? In the game, in terms of power, I would probably say Freya, because she is an exception, she has the enhanced stats, and wind is incredibly strong on a dragon that's already nearly impossible to kill. Because if you start off with a Freya, and you either buff your team, or you use wind on the enemies, you're not gonna die. You ain't gonna die. I'm battling you in the arena, am I? I don't look at names when I battle in the arena. I just try and get through it as fast as I can, to be honest. Welcome, Autumn Dragon, level 100, breeding legendary dragons. What? What do you say? Do you celebrate Halloween? I mean, the country does, but the thing is, I wouldn't like my children going around on their own, just on the street asking for candy from strangers. Especially since a lot of houses that do stuff for Halloween, they don't actually have a lot of money. So I'd rather keep my child, you know, to myself and just urge them to not take from other families that probably need it, but they're getting too much into the Halloween spirit, if that makes sense. Who's the best Pokemon YouTuber in your opinion? I don't watch any of them. So your guess is as good as mine. Slacks. Thank you for the £2 donation. You said Babify Andy. However, if I were to do that, it would cause me such an immense amount of grief. Every time I had to open this game, I think I'd stop playing DML. Is that what you want? You genuinely want to see me stop playing DML? How to get the Autumn Dragon? You can't anymore. It was only available during its select month. And Christy, hello. How have you been? Did you see I went to Subway with a Shellos? That was a pretty exciting time in my life. It was like a week and a bit ago. Actually, no, it was exactly a week ago. Exactly a week ago. How to get Divine Dragons from special events where Divine Dragons are available. Unless you want to buy the Aries Dragon from the shop. That is another option. You found the hotel that I was at? Exactly. All that you need is one piece of signage of a business, and then it's like, yep, you can find anyone. Yep, Subway. Did you hear they brought out pizza subs in the UK? I have been begging everyone not related to Subway to bring out pizza subs in the UK for years. Because in Australia, I always used to buy. I think it was once a week or every 2 weeks. We'd go out on a weekend for the shopping and I would get a pizza sub. But they didn't do them in the UK. Why? It's such an easy, beautiful meal. Do I have children? No, I'm 21 and I didn't decide to get into that sort of life that early. What if I got the whole world's gems? I think there'd be so much jealousy from people watching that they'd probably try and kill me. Do I know Slacks IRL? No. No. Good question though. May appear that way. Yeah, I know, right? Pizza subs. They were such a classic. It was so good. And then you toast it and it is like a true pizza. Oh, dude, beautiful. If you're going to Subway to be healthy, though, pizza subs are not the option that you want to be going for. But if you don't care about that, oh, screw it, I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed that this fight isn't ready. I'm only skipping this one fight. Silver, no. No. Why is my camera looking at the keyboard? Because I'm ill at the moment. And you don't want to see my snotty face on camera. So instead of that, at least you get to look at the keyboard. Right? Want me to turn this off? Look at that. You like it? Look at that. You can make it so that just WASD, the numbers, and these arrow keys go red. I don't like that. I am not about that life. Can I do a Cat Quest 2 video, please? You know, at one point I was going to upload the final part of the 100% walkthrough, and twice while that video was undergoing its production, the computer turned itself off for updates. Twice! So I got very annoyed. I mean, I finished it on the day, pretty much. No, the day after. I've 100% completed that game. It's all been done. You like how you can't install DML on your PC. What, do you have Windows 7? That'd be why. You've had a sinus infection for 2 months and a cold? Rip. Everyone seems to be really sick at the moment. I don't know what it is. It's like there's been some kind of viral strain of the cold going around this year in particular, because everyone is just ill. What time is it? 9:22 AM. I got woken up at 5:30, and I've been waking up at about 6 AM every day this week. Are you bothered with the national dex issue? Yes, it is game breaking for me. Because my favourite generation of Pokemon games was Gen 4. Main reason for that being, I liked the Pokemon, I liked the areas, but mainly that was the gen that they brought out Wi-Fi trading, GTS, and all of their online features. And then completing the Pokedex was something that was like my main draw to keep me playing Pokemon games. And now they've removed it. And the trading features and the Wi-Fi features have been getting worse over the years. Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, I couldn't even trade because it was so broken. So if they're going to do the same thing with Sword and Shield and the trading doesn't work, I am not going to be playing another Pokemon game. It is that bad. On a series that I love to the bottom of my heart because little Chatot is my favourite little boy. If they ruin it with Sword and Shield, I will not be pleased. You have hay fever? Oh, you have a fever. I thought you said you had hay fever. If you buy Pokemon Sword and Shield, make a video of that, I probably will. If you've seen, I used to upload Sun and Moon videos and things like that. I'm not sure what you just said, Rusty. What if the UK government blocked YouTubers? They won't. They make too much money out of the social media presence that YouTubers and things like that give. They might put restrictions on it if Article 13, for example, gets put through in some iteration, but they're not going to outright ban social media because it gives them way too much publicity and it gives them way too much money. They're going to follow the money trail because it's how businesses operate and it's how governors operate, because if they can rile up people through social media, it means they have to let everyone on social media. So don't get too spooked. Don't get too spooked. Do you have Scorpio? I do. Hello, JCR. Oh yeah, it's really freaky when your like doors and that close on their own. What do you think is the least liked Asian country? None of them. Each of them are disliked and liked for different reasons. Hello, Roshan, but Slacks! Can I have YouTube sponsor rank on Discord now? Yes, if I remember how to put it on Discord, because normally when I try and select roles, I don't actually see it. So if I can see one, then I will give it to you, unless you want me to change your base role name. I can do that for you, my friendo. Did you see Ash win? No, but I knew that he did. Honestly, I haven't been watching really many shows recently. Donation music was a bit too loud. I turned it down by 50%. You know that? That's down by 50% on what it was the last time that we streamed. So I disagree. I disagree. Indo and English? No one let me. Yes. Yes. Turn it back up. Now it's bearable. Because after the last time we had a live stream, we had quite a lot of people donating. And I actually came out with a pretty bad headache. And I was like, look, dude. If it's going to give me a headache, that's probably a little bit too much. You jumped out of bed when Ash won? Well, at least you're invested. At least you're invested. I have no idea what you're saying, Rusty. Did you get the red scale dragon this time? Nope. Nope, I did not, because I was not around. Because this exact time last year, pretty much, I was visiting people, family, in Northern England. And I was, at the exact same time again this year, doing the same thing. So the problem is, when they re-release DML Dragons at the exact same time the year after, if you're someone that tends to do like a yearly short trip somewhere, you're gonna miss out on the dragon again. So it doesn't actually matter for me if they re-release it, at the exact same time every year, and I happen to go up at that same time. Pretty sucky. If everyone is hearing this, you'll have to subscribe and like this live stream now, or I will take your cookies. I don't have any cookies. But go ahead, like and subscribe if you want to. I'm not someone that goes, like, subscribe. You gotta like and subscribe the video, otherwise you're gonna get murdered. I'm not quite someone like that, if you haven't noticed. I don't really do that, because I don't care enough. Sub numbers doesn't matter to me. What matters is whether you find the content useful, helpful, interesting, whatever you want to get out of it. I don't care if you sub or not. That is your choice. DML is the best game. Are you agree? Heavily disagree. Strongly disagree. What if there was a worldwide earthquake? I'm sure everyone would be a little bit spooked for a little while, but it'd probably be worse in certain regions. The Forest Walk? Oh yes, I have. I saw it when it was like first coming out, that it was a thing. I just saw that it was a Forest Walking until Diamond and Pearl remakes come out, and then it made me cry a little bit. Schools will be closed. I think it's more so the trillions of dollars worth of damage that it would cause that would be a bigger issue, amazingly enough. Who has craggy dragons? Only people that have spent money or wasted their gems. What is your next dragon which you're going to feed to level 100? Roshan, I could feed, say, Thor up to level 100 to get the other 2 elements that I need. Or 2 of the elements that I need. But when we have the new element coming out, with any of these as a possibility potentially, it is a better idea to wait until this new element actually comes out with new dragons and probably level up one of those. Because even if this element isn't that good, there might be certain elements and certain parts of the game that are going to be added where this element might be useful. So I'm probably going to keep stacking resources until we have enough to upgrade one of these new Proto Dragons up to level 100. Because there's no point in leveling up existing dragons now until we know what this element does. What is your favourite subject in school? I don't go to school anymore. My favourite subject was none of them, because learning in school was not something that was good for me. I gained a lot more from learning in my own time. A gaming scientist, hello! Pet all your dragons challenge. What's the next challenge after it? Deleting my DML account. What will be the health and attack of Proto Dragons? We don't know yet. But apparently we're supposed to know all the details about the new element by the end of the month. So we've got 10 days. Are there actually any element combos that haven't been done yet? Yes! There's actually quite a few. It doesn't seem likely, does it? Considering that we have hundreds and hundreds of dragons. But there are combos that haven't been done yet. I don't remember what they are exactly, but there are some. There are some out there. I think there should be no bundles on Divine tickets so everyone has an equal chance. DML and fair? Dude, you're playing the wrong game. Wrong game. How many years have I been playing DML? I've been playing DML since January 2015, which was release month of DML. So, a while. Can you show all your legendary and divine dragons in the collection? I mean, if you really want to see them, does it matter? These are the divines that I have. Not that many, all things considered, because I'm not pay to win. And then we got quite a few legendaries, but again, none of those that you have to buy. Like the Realm Dragon, it's nearly impossible to get pieces for him without purchasing them. So we got a few. What did I do in 3 AM? Nothing. What do you mean? Do you believe in ghosts? No. We are getting frequent updates. We've been getting frequent updates for a while. It's just now the events are impossible to do if you have things to do in your life. Because it's event after event after event after event. There's like no break period anymore. It is your life. It's a bit sad. NGL. Do you have the Eternal Fruit Tree? No, because the Eternal Fruit Tree is pay to win. And I am not about that life. I mean, it's gems. I could buy it right now. But at my stage in the game, it's not useful. And it's mainly used to put boss dragons in there. That's why it's pay to win. Because it's made for boss dragons. And boss dragons are so expensive, they might as well be purchase only. So I have no use for it. Do you have the Moana dragon? There ain't a Moana dragon. Do you want the game to have a trade of dragons? It would add a lot of fun to the game, but it's never going to happen because of the black markets that would be set up where people would say, let's say someone wanted to sell this Sweetie Bunny dragon because it was a limited time dragon. They'd put it up on eBay and sell it for £2 and make money off of it, which is illegal according to games' terms of services and things like that because you're not allowed to sell accounts. But lots of black markets get set up for games where they have a trading system. So it's unlikely that they would ever do it because that is too much to handle. More than the game already is for them. Why do I have 3 level 12 and 13 demonics? Get out of here. No, I'm not going to buy it, Roshan. No, it's useless. You're idiots if you think I'm going to get any use out of it. Why would I buy something that's not going to give me any benefit whatsoever? Think in your brains. Hello, Logic YouTube. Sell Leo. Give me a good reason. Because everyone else doesn't want me to. Everyone else voted last time that they didn't want me to. So that's the reason I didn't. When's the new Proto element coming? These new elements, they've said that we should know everything about them before the end of this month. When they're actually going to come out, we don't actually know. Probably, I'm going to guess that the new event will probably be out a month after that, maybe less. So possibly we might end up seeing either this element or whatever the new element is within a month's time. But that is a maybe, possibly, maybe not. Hello Aurora, so have you been? Try playing Akinator and let him guess me. Normally he'll guess DML, but that's as close as he'll get. But if you keep searching out Akinator and trying to find me, eventually it will start doing it. Slacky wacky, another £1. What? Do you just save up all of these like random small donations just so that as soon as there's a live stream you just go, well, bam! Time to jump in. Either way, you know, I appreciate you doing it. Mwah. Mwah. Why am I not showing my face? I'm ill. I'm ill. Why are you gonna be like this with me? You can't get into DML after the new Android update? That's because you're underage. It's because you're underage, my friend, and whenever you tell everyone how old you are, that'll be more evidence for them to not give you your account back. We did get the last Divine event right after the announcement. We'll see. We'll see if I'm going to get these sooner rather than later. I'm going to make you so sick. You're sick. I'm sick. Let's spread it. Like a plague. How old am I? 21. It's written in the FAQs. What's my favourite dragon? It's also written in the FAQs. You know, while you're watching the live stream, if there's ever a time when you're just sort of like not doing a whole lot, or maybe there's not a lot going on, go read the description. Read the FAQs. It will help you out a lot. It should be there. If it's not, then that's my mistake, but it should be. I'm in the UK. Yes, I'm British. I also have an Australian passport, so technically I'm also Australian, but I was not born there. Spread it. No, not spread your legs. That's not what I said. That's a bit lewd. Although sometimes you do have to do that for the doctors so that they can, like, check out your calves. Like, sometimes you gotta check your calves, right? And they go, like, and they sort of, like, push your legs out so that they can check it out. That's a bit lewd. You know, doctors can be a bit weird like that. But what choice do they have? You like curry? Curry is really oily though. I've been realizing that more and more. Curry can be No, not Osu! Oh god, I've accidentally opened it now.
Welcome to us.
God damn it, dude. See ya! Every time, dude, it's like, see you next time! Ugh, I did not mean to press that. I'm not buying the fruit tree now! Ruben! Guardiola! Hello, hello, hello! Is the element out now? No, this is not out yet. In fact, this was just like a fan-made, like, ooh, what elements are we gonna get? Blah, blah, blah. So, don't assume that this picture from vk.com/dragons of the sky, I'm happy when people put their, like, who made it behind, because then, rather than me having to, like, really go out of my way to find it, I can just show you the picture and it's there. Like, if you ever want to make your own fan-made stuff and you don't want people stealing it, why does it sound like there is a toad dying? Either way, if you ever want to, like, put art out there and you don't want people to steal it, just do this to it. Just do this. I highly recommend doing it. And I do not have a problem with people putting their own, like, this is my creation on there. You know, it's not an issue. Ruben! What do you want? How many tiles do I have? Tiles? What, like on my bathroom wall? What do you mean? You can Photoshop that out. Yes, so could I. It's wonderful the things that technology can do. However, if I'm going to show it, I'm not going to go out of my way to Photoshop out the person that made it, because that would make me a little bit of an ass cheek. Yeah, suggestion page is pretty dead. True, 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 my friend. Do you think there should be seasons? DML is not the same as Fortnite. They don't treat them the same. Tiles from Divine Chest? Ah, that makes a little bit more sense. I actually don't remember. How many do I have? Would I have to check it in here? Yeah, I would. Zenith tile, I got 53. Sunrise, I got 43. Twilight, I got 40 of those. Midnight, I got 48. Pavement, 24. Sapphire Pavement, 29. And then we got Pavement of Time, 4, 3, 2, and 1. 6, 8, 5, and 10 of those. Then we got some more here. Why do I have more of those? That's weird. Why do I have multiple stacks? Northern Knot Floor, we got 17 of those bad boys. Gilded, 7. King's Tomb, we got 4 of them. I'm pretty sure some of those have been put down. And I think that's most of the limited ones, isn't it? I think so. What is the new element's name? Probably Proto, but we don't have confirmation yet. Which graphics card am I going to buy? Probably a 2080. But I do need probably either a motherboard upgrade or a few other upgrades as well. So I'm probably have to save up like 1,000 before I start looking at properly upgrading everything. But we'll get there. We'll get there. My account makes you feel like a noob. Rip, dude. How many divine and legendary dragons do I have? I don't know, like 50? I don't know. I got a few legendaries, I got a few divines. I don't know the exact number because it doesn't matter to me. Least favorite zodiac? Maybe the Aries? I don't know. Possibly. Maybe Scorpio. And the clan, at the moment, I did remove quite a few people because I think when the update came out, which, you know, brought in the age restriction, there are a few people that haven't logged in for like a month because of it. I don't necessarily blame them, but like, Jesus here hasn't been online 45 days, which probably means that they're not coming back. So if you haven't logged in for like nearly 2 months, over a month, I'm probably going to remove you. Because at that point, you're just taking up slots in the clan that maybe other people would want. So right now, there are spots in the clan. So if you want to send in a submission to join, then just go ahead and ask to join, and then you can. It's just, it seems like a lot of the time, Diane's doing it on her own. I feel pretty bad. Because I know that she tries really hard during the clan events and things like that. And some of the other clan members, but when you've got like 50% of your clan just not even in the game, I do it for their sake, mainly. I don't understand how Proto got its own element, but Chrono did not. Changes in choice in, I guess, in their marketing choices and development choices. Nothing else. Don't pet the singularity, rip. Why aren't I as strong as GameX? What do you mean by that? I mean, I don't pay to win. It depends on what you're using. If your definition of being strong is wasting money on unnecessary things, then sure, I'm not someone that wastes my money like an idiot. Is that something to be sad about? Or is that something to think, yeah, I'm not a moron? You gotta take all of these things into perspective. There is a part in the Dragon Collection didn't show the Dragon Twirl, the Twilight Dragon. Oh yeah, you're talking about this, right? Yeah, the constellations of Autumn are a bit broken. I'm sure they'll fix that in an update. The Chronos are just divines, just more funky, yeah. Literally, they are. You don't like GameX? That's up to you. That's up to you, but there's no doubt that he wastes an awful lot of money on things that he probably shouldn't and buys bundles that are not worth the value. That's why I don't like it when people just outright buy like the biggest gem bundles in the game. Because this bundle here is not worth it. If you buy this 3800 gem bundle, it's really bad. It's a super bad deal. Again, Clan. If you wait until it goes on sale, it's like £2, £2.30, whatever it is. And you get the equivalent of like, it's like 20 to £25 worth of value. Why would you not get £25 worth of value by spending £2 rather than wasting such an extortionately high amount of money on a bundle that you don't need? It's not smart. How to use Ascension? You go over here, you press Ascend, you find a dragon that you have a duplicate of, you go like that and you ascend it. There you go, he's dead. How do you play it for so long without getting a little bit bored? I do get bored, which is why sometimes I just play it a little bit less. Everyone gets bored of something that they'll play all the time, or do all the time, which is why you gotta slow yourself down, take it at a slow pace, and then you won't get as bored, or you won't feel the urge to just quit. How many dragons do I have? Like 500? Mike on Discord bought Planetary. Yeah, I know a few people did buy the planet. I don't understand it. You watched Seaway Part 4? I did not. What's my clan name? Clan name is Quackalakes' clan. Or Quackalakes clan. Spelt wrong on purpose, by the way, because that should be afterwards. But it's spelt like that so that people have to manually go out of their way to find it properly. You watch the Odd Ones Out? Yeah, I know that channel. Please give you my code. I mean, I can if you want, but my friends list is full, my dude. It's add 2. Here is 9:45 AM. Why buy Planet when Briar is a thing? People, I guess, don't value their money enough. Would be my explanation as to why people would buy it, because, you know, before DML, I never spent a single penny in a game like this, ever in my life. Never did I spend a single penny in a game like this. DML was the first game that I ever spent any money on. And the only reason I was willing to spend money on DML is because I make money off of playing DML. If I didn't make money off of playing DML, I would never have invested any money into this game. Because it's just one of those games where it's just, the more money you spend, the better you are. I get that that's where they make their profit from, but I would rather invest into a game that's fair and isn't predatory and isn't full of loot boxes, if that makes sense. Yep, we also got Murano. Yep. Hello, Chocolate! Did you watch Endgame? Nope, not interested whatsoever. You use the military's money? Do a face cam? I'm sick. You can see me when I'm less dead. Can I show you my new house? Not yet. Maybe when I'm on my own in the house, I'll do that for you on a stream one day. We'll get a proper house tour for once. How about that? If I can sort out a way to do it. Is Little Misfortune? If it's a mobile game or a mobile game equivalent, I'm not interested. Have you been feeding your dragons? Nope, they're gonna die of malnutrition soon. Did anyone hear about the fact that a bunch of ducks are dying due to malnutrition because people were told not to give them bread? So a bunch of park ducks and wild ducks are now dying because people aren't feeding them anything. Feels bad, dude. Feels bad. Where's my real name? It's in the FAQs. It's Emily. Do I still play Mario Kart? When a new one comes out, I'll try it out, but not actively anymore. I used to play a lot of Mario Kart Wii going for world record scores, but then everyone started cheating and I was like, let's not bother then. Keep duck feed in your car? That's another option, but people just, it was like, oh, no bread? Guess no food for you. And then all the ducks started dying. Rip. Little Misfortune. I'll look it up after the stream, but if it's anything similar to DML, I'm probably not going to want to play it. Please pet Leo. Why? There's no room for him. Your signature is too long. What are you talking about? You know the food called foie gras? Yes, I do. It's fine, I guess. Not too bothered by it. But anyway, dudes, I am quite ill. I'm like covered in snot, or I might as well be. So for now, I think that is going to end us for today. If I try and play Osu, I'll probably get really lightheaded. You want to have somebody who will take care of me like Quacks is taking care of her dragons? So you want to be malnourished. That's quite sad. Just so you know, I loved it. I hope you'll play it on your choice. Again, I'll check it out, Sarah, but I'll check it out after the stream is done and such. You know, it's Jaden. Yeah, I know of them. I know of them. Mwah. Oh, whoa. Ugh. Sickening. Ooh, woo, oh, woes. Ugh, you're all disgusting. You said you were just waiting for the Apollo Dragon to release and you'll stop playing DML? Possibly. Possibly. At this point, I am so in the mindset that it's never going to happen that I'm going to hold you to that bet. Maybe I will, truthfully. You wish that Leo would come back so you can unlock Singularity? Maybe. Maybe he will. Maybe he will. But anyway. We are here. No, not starting. That is the wrong panel. God damn it. Well, I loved having you here, Chappy Wappies. Do a game of Pokemon Go. I'd rather slit my left finger off. And Fujikan, hello / goodbye to you. You're angry. Why are you angry, Frafra? Frafra. Sounds like a rapper name. I'm mean? What? I'm not mean. You're mean. You wanna fight? You wanna fight? Am I a pyromaniac? I'm not. Odd thing to ask, just so that you know. Those Pokemon are all fire types, indeed. Yeah, the Dragon Ball is quite expensive. You want the Virgo back? I hope it comes back for your sake. Sujam. Who knows of the new region? Yes. I'm gonna fight you. I'm gonna bish bash bosh you. I get my fists ready. Fight you IRL after the stream ends. Meet me in 2 minutes. Is the end of me. I'm not gonna die. You don't have to be so melodramatic. Dude. What's my favourite dragon? Halcyon. When are you gonna stream again? Whenever I get the opportunity, to be honest. I didn't know that I was gonna have time today, which is why it was so random. But because most of the people are off on the weekends, you know, we tend to get a few people dropping in when we stream on the weekends. So if I got the time, I'll try and do it. But we'll see. We'll see what happens, my duders. Anyway, take care. Love ya. Yes, signed knuckle dusters. Next bit of merch. Hold me to it. No, Hathot can get lost. You can jump in that puddle that you see on the screen. When am I uploading a new video? When there's something to make a video on. DML events are boring sometimes. It's the end of you if you end. It's not true. It's not true. I think you're lying. You're telling fibbers. Half term? Have fun, Logic. Yeah, I'll see you, Sarah. I'll see it. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.